Historically, we have not had a multi-year strategic plan that was either linked to priorities in our budget or to student outcomes. Instead, as most of us know, we're working with this zero-sum dynamic where we are having very limited resources that go to very few schools. Even worse is that we work in this crisis mode where the schools that are basically the buildings falling down, the air conditioner unit broken, we're backfilling those needs. How are you as a school board member going to address this? What are you going to do to advocate for a multi-year strategic plan that not only addresses budget priorities, that is not only linked to student outcome, but also incorporates this idea of equity across our county schools? And Mr. Testerman, we'll start with you this time.
I've served in schools of high poverty, and I have served in schools that were different, that had low poverty in their schools. I was principal at Westview Elementary School, not the new building, but the old building. It was an old building, very old building. I've principled, it was a principal in many very old buildings. One of my stories is I had a plant in my office. There was a tree that grew up through that floor. And I decided that I wasn't going to cut that tree down anymore. I was going to cut the hole out of a bucket and put it over it and let that be one of my office plants. That's how old these schools were. Had skunks that lived under the building. We have real needs in this county. And what we have done, and I've been involved in school work for the last 40 years, we have kicked this can so far down the road, I'm not sure we're ever going to catch up. It is frustrating as a board member to know that we got $200+ million of repairs and improvements that need to be done to our schools, and we can't get to it. How do you change that? Until they change the law in Tennessee that allows school boards to either raise taxes or borrow funds, I'm not sure how we'll do it. It's going to be a tremendous undertaking. But I'll tell you what I did. I got tired of hearing this thing, we don't have money to do something. We don't have the money to fix your football stadium, you just have to let it be in disrepair. That's not good enough answer. That is not right. That is not right for kids, it's not right for our communities. This community of East Ridge came together, and it happened to be a football stadium that brought us together. But in doing so, it brought parents, it brought alumni into this school that hadn't been here for years. And we said, enough is enough. The Alumni Association approached the city of East Ridge and said, we need your help. Through a process of negotiations with the school board and with the city of East Ridge, the school board deeded to the city of East Ridge athletic properties. We do not have to take monies for education anymore from our funding that should be going to educate children and to repair athletic facilities in East Ridge anymore. The city of East Ridge is doing that. I think it's time we ask every municipality in Hamilton County to step forward and help us with this issue. It is so wrong for everybody to sit back and say, it's not my job anymore. We got a county government that takes care of our school. That's wrong. Every municipality should step forward and do more. If we're ever going to educate kids, give everybody pre-K and those various things, everybody's got to do more.
Yeah, as I've said before, I'm in favor of a strategic plan and a strategic budget that goes out. I think the question, use an example of a 5-year budget. I don't know if I'd go out that far with a budget, but I'd go about 3 years with a budget. That gives us some leeway and stuff pops up and won't throw a wrench into it. But the strategic plan, I mean, personally, I would like to see a strategic plan with the school board and the county government, the county commission together. I mean, they give us $385 million roughly a year, and I think that it's good to be on the same page, and so we set our same goals. I do think, like Mr. Testerman said, that it is time that these other communities start. East Ridge, great example of what can happen when they come together, like Red Bank or Saudi Daisy, when they come together, it can change the community. What that football stadium has done for this community and what our football team has done, I mean, they've been great the past couple of years. But we still do have some shortcomings in this district and every district. Our basketball team, and I know this personally from personal experience because I've helped do it many times, they don't have a washer and dryer. Our coach doesn't have a washer and dryer. He takes them home every night after every practice and washes them, him and me sometimes, I wash the jerseys and then fold them, and they're using their water bill. And so while we have made great gains in the past couple of years, there's still a lot we can do, and I think a strategic plan and a strategic budget that focuses on all these issues that we brought up tonight really can we can stop kicking the can down the road. And so in 20 years, we can look back and say, wow, they really, they got it right. We're setting us on the path of success. And that's something that I haven't seen as a student because CSLA, luckily they're getting a new building, but you can go in there and I mean, it's just sad. I went to East Brainerd Elementary, the old one, not the new one, and some of the conditions in there, the bathrooms, I mean, they're awful, and what that did to the psyche of a student. At Ooltewah High School, we had water fountains hanging off the walls. You had to go pay $1.25 to get a water so you could not be thirsty. So I think a strategic plan and a strategic budget will go a long way in solving a lot of these problems.
May I say that the process of strategic planning is not a very new element in public education in Tennessee. One of our former superintendents, Jesse Register was our superintendent at the time that strategic plans were mandated by the state. And let me say, Hamilton County and Chattanooga, we were at the forefront of strategic plans in the state of Tennessee. Jesse Register I still make contact with him. I see him at least 3 times a year. That's what he does for a living. And I know that it's not where it should be. But I will say this, just wait. We have a superintendent, he's a young man. He understands that we've got the plan. And I'm looking for good things to come from our learning communities that are going to take place. We've got to give him a chance to help us with this strategic plan. I think we went a long ways last year in tweaking our plan, and it will continue. Thank you.